This is a follower-submitted cake reward story, and it is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Husband to Lay Off the Cake? I, female 42, and my husband, male 45, Dave, fake name, have been together for just over 5 years and married for 3. This is my second marriage and Dave's first marriage. The relationship started out amazing, but over the past several months, things have become rocky. I used to be extremely in love with Dave. He's a smart man, and he's funny and incredibly good looking. But over the past year or so, he has begun to let himself go. He got a promotion, so he's actually making more money now. But with the added stress and lack of time, Dave says, I just don't have as much time to make it to the gym. I understand that he's busy, but it has been slowly starting to frustrate me. I felt like he didn't care how he appeared to me anymore. I feel like that's a red flag. I'm going to do it. That's a red flag. He went from someone I was proud to show off to my friends and family to my husband that I hope stays home when I go out. Because of how he looks? Okay. That may sound harsh, but that's truly how it felt for me, and I was struggling with it a lot. It was difficult mentally to wake up to someone who is slowly, day after day, seemingly losing all of their muscles in replace of laziness. Despite all of these feelings, I kept them to myself, even though I was struggling. Okay, now it's a feeling-based thing, which is different. Last week was my husband's birthday. He turned 45. We had a small party that mostly consisted of a few friends and our family members. Dave's mother, my mother-in-law, bought him a big devil's food cake. This is Dave's favorite. Mother-in-law and I have never really gotten along, but when I saw her cutting a slice of cake that seemed a bit too big for my already physically struggling husband, I just about lost it. Everyone was eating cake and having a good time, and I had managed to bite my tongue until I saw Dave going back for another slice. So I finally let it slip and said, maybe you should lay off the cake. Dave looked at me confused and chuckled a bit, like he thought I was joking. But according to a couple of our friends, the look on my face was pure disgust. I said, you've already put on so much. I don't think you're going to need another slice if you intend on keeping a wife. On his birthday. On his birthday. On his birthday. I tried to be polite, but this clearly upset his fragile feelings. Okay, you get one of these for that too. And he sat down his second slice and walked away. I could have said a lot worse, and what I did say was pretty tame. He was pretty quiet for the rest of the party, and mother-in-law came over to shame me for my rudeness. She had the audacity to tell me that I could lose a few myself. She was absolutely ridiculous. I didn't think I had made that big of a deal, but my husband actually said he was going to stay with his friend for a night or two, which I think is an overreaction. After he came back, he was quiet. It's been almost a week now, and we have barely spoken. So now I'm beginning to wonder if maybe I was too harsh. But I don't feel like I was. I feel like that what I said was justified. Am I the ass here? Yes. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay, so here's the deal. There's a word called shallow, and that word applies to you specifically, OP. You are purely basing this off of aesthetics. And this is very, very selfish of you, because throughout this, the narrative here is, it's like he doesn't care how he looks to me. And most people, even when they do devote time to working out, to their physical fitness, the focus for a lot of people, I feel like it should be, how will you feel, right? Not how you look, but how you feel. You want to make yourself feel better. The looking good is a byproduct of that, but is the only thing you give a shit about here. Look, he got a promotion. I assume you guys are making more money now. Like he's given you guys both the ability to live a more luxurious life or do things that you want to do here. But yeah, the byproduct of that is that he's busier. He doesn't have time to do these things that he needs to do. And instead of berating him, instead of being shitty and telling him to put down cake on his freaking birthday, you could do things like, hey, well, let's address this together. Can we get some home gym equipment? Do you want to go do these active things together instead of us sitting down to watch TV or do these other things that we do? You could address this together, and you could do it in a way that's not shitty. There are other ways to go about this, but the fact that you're selfish enough to be pissed at him for not caring about how he looks to you and everything that you've said about him throughout this, you sound like a really shitty person. This is a follower submission, and I'm concerned for you. It doesn't feel like you should be in this relationship. I don't know. There are relationships where people are like so hardcore concerned about the aesthetics and about their physical fitness that they do all of that together, right? There are couples who do that together, and that is who they are. That may be who you are, but you don't get to force that upon him. And the fact that you're falling out of love with him because he hasn't had as much time to work out and to keep himself aesthetically pleasing for you, and that's causing you to fall out of love with him, that sucks. It sucks bad. The person is the person. You didn't fall in love with him. You fell in love with his body, apparently, with his shell. And now that the shell isn't the same, you're like, That's not love. That is not love. And yes, you get to take a trip here. Because this is a truly terrible thing. It's not just a terrible thing to say. If you had only said you should put down the cake because that's a terrible thing to say, and because it's his birthday, you'd take a trip to Ask on One here too. But everything else that you've said about how you feel about this man plants a flag there. You're going to be staying there for quite a while. This is a worldview issue. And if all you care about is this, probably time to just be a gym rat and stay only around people who are aesthetically pleasing to you, lest anyone else assault your eyeballs by not being complete in peak physical condition around you all the time. It's shitty. Not a fan. If Candy Thunder treated me like that, or if I treated Candy Thunder like that, it would be impossible to feel loved and appreciated if someone treated you like that. It would be impossible.